well, here's something a little new, a little different. Funny story, I was down in the Baja with a friend of mine, and I saw one of these things on the road, or actually parked on the side of the road, and I like my Toyotas, and I just thought it was super cool having the Winnebago like conversion on it, on a Toyota chassis. And so it kind of stuck in my head. I was telling my friend about it. Turns out I bumped into the guy on the beach 2 days later, and I took a quick peek at it, and it just kind of piqued my interest. Thought it was really cool. Started chatting a little further with my buddy, and one thing led to another, and got back from Mexico, and a couple days later managed to find one of the only ones in Canada for sale. And as you can see here, it's got stickers all over it. I wanted to do a quick video the way it sits right now, because this is literally how I took delivery of it. This is exactly kind of what we're starting with, and we know full well that this is going to be a project, but just thought I would take a video, do a little walk around, kind of assess things as I see them, and just kind of talk about some of the features and the cool little things about this Toyota Winnebago Camper. So it's a 91, it's a V6, 3-liter fuel injected engine. It's on a 1-ton chassis, so it's got the dually axle at the back. Sometimes you see these with like a flat deck, like a work truck, and it's the exact same truck. It's just that for a few years they teamed up with Winnebago and did a conversion that they sold right off the lot. And so this is it. It's mostly original and mostly stock. The owner's done a few funny little things to it, but we're gonna kind of clean it up, put our little spin on it. So yeah, this thing hasn't been cleaned. It hasn't been really touched at all. I've kind of gone through it a little bit myself just to assess like what's what. But yeah, let's get into it. On the outside, you can see there's a little glove on the windshield wiper there. That's because it was missing the windshield wiper blade, and he had put a new windshield in it, so he didn't want it to scratch the windshield, so he put a glove on the end of the arm there. So we'll end up replacing the windshield wipers. He's got, the first thing that you notice about it on this side is that the guy raced snow machines on the water, which apparently is a thing. And so he has all these like Skidoo and snowmobiling stickers all over it. Some of them are pretty funny. Yeah, there's a bunch of those stickers that have to come off. There's a can crusher and some redneck badges on it and stuff like that. So yeah, we're gonna clean up the outside, peel the stickers off, give it a wash and detail. We'll see how far we go with the outside, but I kind of like the like retro, I think once it's cleaned up, the retro like Winnebago kind of vinyl sticker package is kind of cool. So yeah, let's start on this side. So on this side, the first thing I noticed that he told me about too was that he got rid of the water heater, which was a tank that sits in this little compartment here. So he got rid of that. He said there was a leak, and he said he tore it out and basically mounted this external, so it's an outdoor on-demand water heater. And what he did was, it looks like, and I'm just kind of checking this out as we go along here, but yeah, it looks like he's plumbed it with the gas, and then this is the cold water going in, hot water coming out. He just has this running to a shower head that you can pull out of here. So this is essentially like his outdoor shower. It's got a little latch there for the fixture at the end. So I'm wondering if, I don't love the look of it on the outside, but if this thing is efficient and it does a good job, I'm wondering if maybe just tapping it back into the hot water system that feeds the rest of the vehicle would work, and then that way you have hot water in your shower, hot water on your tap, your kitchen sink. So that's an option for sure. Whether I leave it there or find another home for it, you know, we can look into that. But that's one option. If you guys are running a you know, a nifty like hot water setup in your camper, RV, conversion van, whatever, yeah, let me know, because I'm kind of interested to know what the, you know, the best setup is for, you know, a lot of these water heaters. This thing is like over 30 years old, so obviously once they get to a certain point, you know, they're just kind of too old to fix and whatnot. So I'm sure there's lots of people, or if you're building a camper from scratch, you know, you have a brand new either on-demand hot water system or hot water tank. So yeah, just interested to know what you guys are running out there. If you have any recommendations, that'll kind of determine whether I keep this or not. So yeah, drop some ideas in the comments if you have any. Continuing on the outside, so yeah, just the usual. There's the compartment where the hot water heater used to be, which, like I said, I could plumb that hopefully back into the original hot water line, and that would feed the rest of the RV. This is the exhaust for the furnace. Up there is the little exhaust outlet for the fan over the kitchen sink. Little kitchen window, big window on the side here. We got the hookup for the shore power that pulls out there, so you can hook up. And I've checked, and it seems like all of the seems like all the wiring is good. All the lights and outlets and all the 12-volt system is working, so that's good. The converter is working, and all the circuits seem to be working, so that's good news. In here you have the fill up for the onboard water tank. Little lock there, which seems to be kind of seized, so I'm gonna have to play around with that a little bit. This down here, I heard that this was the compartment. Some of these I think had an option to have, like, that had a generator, and this is where the generator would sit if your little mini Winnebago had a generator or had the option. Some people also, I've seen, you know, just buy a generator, a small generator, and this is the location that they put it in. But yeah, aside from that, it'll, for our purposes, it'll probably just serve as, you know, a little storage compartment. A little window up above the overhead, like the bunk. The cab of the truck and all the metal. I checked out the rocker panels, the fenders. I mean, for a 91, can't really ask for much more. It seems, you know, a little bit of rust here and there, but it seems really solid. Certainly no holes or anything like that. It's got the big wide mirrors on it to accommodate the wide camper on the back there. Yeah, some kind of gnarly stickers that we don't need. These silly LED lights on the front will come off. More stickers that are going to come off. Nice little window up there. Yeah, same thing on this side. Again, fenders, rockers, everything is in good shape. Crazy amount of stickers. The awning, I was told, is in good shape and works properly. This is the same type of awning that I have on my little camper, so that's cool, and I know how to work it. It seems to be missing the little release latch there, so I'll have to order a new one of those. Yeah, this little locked door compartment here is for the house battery. I've given it a little charge, and it seems to be holding at like 12 and a half volts, so we'll kind of watch that and top it up here and there just to kind of see if it holds the charge or if we have to replace it, you know, we might consider something a little heavier duty. Obviously the gas fill up there. Nice big window on the side. And this is just access to what would be for the fridge, or behind, access to behind the fridge. But the fridge has been replaced for a kind of a classic looking like Frigidaire fridge, which only runs 110. My camper trailer had a similar setup, and so what I did was I added an inverter, and then that way I can run the fridge when I'm just running 12 volt or traveling. And then if I get somewhere where I can plug it into shore power, then I can just plug it in and run regular 110. So that's been working really well for me. So I'll probably do the similar setup here, just add an inverter, and then I can run it whether I'm hooked up to power or not. This is the door access for the propane tank. So, and this was apparently like just certified. You can see the badge there. So this was certified about a year ago, and the gentleman said that that tag is good for 10 years. So all this stuff has been checked over. So you got the little gauge down at the bottom there, on and off knob, and then the fill knob and the purge there, I believe. So that's that. And then going around to the back, a couple more silly LED lights on the bumper that'll have to come off. We wired up a rear view camera, which is kind of cool. I think this thing's just super dirty, but once it's clean, it should work well. Yeah, so that's always good to have. And he's got it all wired up in case we want to pull a trailer. So it's got a 4-pin and 7-pin there. This is kind of hideous. He said it works great, which I don't doubt, but he's like taken the window out and cut a piece of metal and then mounted a window shaker like Danby air cooler, which I quickly tried, and sure, it might kick some nice cold air in there, but aesthetically it looks kind of hideous along with the stickers. So I think what will happen is that'll come out, we'll pop another window or a panel in there and seal that up and figure out some other way, or figure out if we need air conditioning or not. On top, can't really see it, but there's a couple of vents, a fan, and a TV, like a crank up TV antenna. That's kind of cool. Wouldn't mind seeing if I can get that working. Yeah, so that's it for the outside. We'll go inside, and there's a little screen door. This thing is kind of what you'd expect for something that's 30 years old, I guess. It's kind of needs freshening up. It's grungy, to be quite honest. It's a little, I just kind of feel like the material, you know, could be replaced. So we'll probably end up reupholstering a lot of the cushions and whatnot. But either way, here's the tour. So yeah, up here we have the, I think this is a twin. So looks like it's good for 2 adults. This here can come up and basically give you more headroom there if you want easier access to get in and out of the cab of the truck. And then you just pop it back on for the bed. So I guess we'll do down here in the cab of the truck. It's pretty straightforward. He's got these terrible seat covers on that are gonna have to come off. It's just dirty, like everything needs to be cleaned and organized. He's got speakers that he said he had wired up to pull outside the truck when he was camping. But yeah, I'll probably do away with those and clean up this whole center section, take these seat covers off, shampoo and detail everything up here, sanitize it, It's got the rubber floors, so once those mats are out, everything should clean up pretty quick and easy. I think all the carpet is going to go, that there, and then all the carpet in the whole camper, it's just kind of beyond. And yeah, again, I think gross is the word, but it'll come up, and probably just use a, you know, a laminate, something durable that looks half decent. The carpets are all in good shape, so we might just kind of reface those, just freshen them up, maybe a coat of paint. Same here, just sort of reupholster. This obviously folds down, and then you have a single bed here. This couch pulls out much like a futon, lays flat. It's on this cool little frame that kind of pops down, lays flat, and then it says for 2 people, but I would say like 2 you know, 2 kids or 2 kind of young adults maybe. So technically it can sleep 5, but I'd say more comfortably 4. Over here the guy has a little power center which gives the voltage of the battery, the house battery, USB hookup, cigarette lighter, power outlet, little on and off switch. And then above that there's a little charge controller. I climbed up on a ladder, and looks like he has kind of a small solar panel hooked up, so I'm not sure how much that's doing, but probably replace it with a couple of larger ones so that we can be somewhat off grid if need be. That's the little thermostat there, which I pulled the grill off, and I did turn the propane on, couldn't get that to turn on. Wasn't clicking or anything. The propane's working because I do have gas at the stove. So again, not overly familiar with RV furnaces, so if you have any ideas where to start, I'm going to do my research obviously, but yeah, if you have any ideas on where to start, again, if you can drop them in the comments, that'd be greatly appreciated. Up here looks like he put a piece of plywood for some reason and started doing some backsplash type paneling on the wall there. I know this is where a lot of people run their TVs, so maybe that's what we'll end up here. Although we don't necessarily do a lot of TV watching when we're camping. But I'm kind of interested to hook up that TV antenna and see what it gets as far as reception. Only issue is, I think I'm guessing it's a coax cable that comes down from the antenna, and I don't know if he's buried it in this wall here. So if you have one of these campers and you know where that where that cable comes in, then feel free to leave a comment about that too, because I'm not sure if he buried it in there or not, but my guess is that it would normally come out of this wall here somewhere. And then you got the power outlet for the TV. That's the Frigidaire fridge. So yeah, being only 110, like I said, with an inverter hookup, that way I can run this thing when, you know, we're on the road or not hooked up to shore power, and then just switch it over when we have access to it. A couple of cabinets, it's all pretty much original back here. Everything's kind of yellowish looking, so everything kind of needs a bit of an update. It's just a little closet with some junk in it there, but outlet, that's the AC unit, and then he's got a little shelving unit in the shower, so clearly he didn't use the shower, but I'll have to pull that out and go through that and make sure everything works. The stove looks like it's in really good shape. I don't know if it's ever been used, but there's gas coming out of there. I checked it, everything works there, so that's good. Fan and the light here, all that works. Got the water pump, and then the levels for the, where is it? This is a little touchy. There it is. That's the levels for the battery, which I'm showing 12 volts, LP gas, which is about a quarter tank fresh water is empty, and then the holding tanks 1 and 2. And that's kind of gross because I'm just realizing that holding tank number 2, which I don't know if that's gray water or black water. Either way, if it's full, it's pretty gross. This button seems like a little finicky. There it is. Oh God. Okay, so tank 2 looks like it's full, which is pretty nasty. Whichever tank that is. Have to figure out how to or where to dump that and clean out the system. Like I said, all the LED lights have been changed over, so all these lights are LED, which is nice, and everything works. And I think that is it. That's it for the tour. Yeah, so I'll keep you up to date. Planning on, doing a few more videos as we go along to show the changes that we make, the modifications, the, remodeling and kind of freshen up that we do on the inside, maybe some mechanical stuff. But the good thing about this particular vehicle, which I would imagine a lot of Toyotas are like this anyways, is that it drives really good. I don't see it needing anything major mechanically. And so that's good. We're going to focus on cosmetic and, just make sure the wiring and plumbing and everything is good. I know for sure the plumbing, I got to do some work because, like I said, the hot water tank was pulled out and it looks like I have a leak. The holding tank is back here and it looks like there's a little leak from one of the fittings. So I'm gonna have to go through that and just make sure everything works properly. The pump was turning on, so I'm hoping that works fine. Everything's good there. Oh, there's another little cigarette style lighter or USB. It's been added there. Yeah, lots of storage and everything under the seats and all that. There's seat belts for these seats, which is really cool. It'd be fun to kind of sit back here on a road trip, have a bite to eat or whatever, switch out with your driver, and you could kind of double time it wherever you're going. Anyways, that's the camper. She needs a little love, but I think she has a ton of potential. I mean, it's a Toyota at the end of the day, so it's good and reliable. Only has 142,000 kilometers on it, so in that sense, there's a lot of life left in it. I think we're just gonna kind of go through everything, take an inventory of what we got here, and then first things first, just kind of start cleaning it up and removing stickers and tidying things up, taking the carpet out and starting to freshen up the inside mainly, and then kind of see where that leads us. Get into maybe some solar stuff, so it helps us off grid. Look into the furnace, hot water tank, or modifying the on-demand system, and making sure that the water system is working good, there's no leaks or anything, and dumping the holding tank. Hopefully that's the gray water. Anyways, that's it for the tour, and hopefully we get some use out of this summer. I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be a pretty sweet road trip vehicle, and it's kind of classic, retro, and I'm looking forward to it. All right, guys, take care. Hope you liked the video, and check back for videos as we make progress on this thing. And if you liked the video, smash the like button and hit subscribe. Peace.